Hello, hello. We are live. I do have Becky here. Yeah, Becky. And my mom is that way. I told her I wouldn't put her on camera. So we are going to write. We need to write because I have 500 words I have to write. It's 9 o'clock at night. This needs to get done. So we're going to write together.
Late night writing for the win.
Yes. We are also going to pick some books that we are going to, what would you call it? We're going to analyze them for their popular books. We're going to analyze them, why we think they're popular, what works and what doesn't from our opinions.
Or books that we think should be popular and weren't very popular.
And fair enough.
Or something new that we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know.
To be fair, I have read some of those already, but
Same.
I enjoyed them, so we will do
What's
what
going
we
to be
do.
really interesting about this is that you and I have some like generalized tastes that are very common, but like our specific tastes are very different. So we get very different viewpoints on the books that we read.
Yes, I do like that about us.
Me too.
And I feel like it's going to give everybody else a little bit more variety and like.
So once we pick a book, feel free to read along with us. We'll have to set a date for when we're going to talk about it.
Yes. We also need to read some craft books too.
Yeah. I still haven't made any more headway on Story Genius.
It's fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. The house is on fire, but it's okay.
Yes.
It's not really on fire.
No. Turn a phrase. Yes, exactly. All right. Should we start? Do a writing sprint and then we can pick a book and do a writing sprint, then we can pick a book, do a writing sprint, then we can pick a book?
Sure.
Okay. That sounds like a plan to me.
We're going to pick for the rest of the year.
Yes. All right. Let's pull up the document. I'm writing my reverse harem romance, my Christmas story. I'm at the scene where she's already played with two of the men a little bit, but like the major one, her neighbor, just caught her fighting with one of his boss at work, and they're about to have a moment, and then he's gonna not reject her like meaningfully, but like, hey, you need to slow down, and she's gonna take it very badly. So that's where I am in that, and it's gonna be fun to write. So, do you know what you're working on?
So I have this one section where I'm doing a brief secondary character point of view, and I'd like to really kind of knock that out because it's the last little spot of unfinished stuff and a line of finished stuff. But I don't know how I want it to go. So.
And sometimes you just gotta write it to figure that out.
Yeah. Usually I find that like if I can start the section, it'll just kind of flow most of the time. It's the getting the start that.
Yeah, I get you. Okay. Do we want to set a timer?
Sure. What are we looking at for time, do you think?
You think is a 20-minute a good sprint?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. And go. I should probably put up a banner.
You know what's fun is when you have made up words that you use like frequently and you forget what they are, so you have to go back to your glossary over and over and over again so that you can figure out what in the heck you're trying to say to somebody.
I love that. You were talking about having fun swear words in it. That Arcana Academy also was like kept cursing using the Arcana language for it, which made me super excited. I love it when the world building is like that kind of world building versus there's a book I read recently where she would just go on about things that she completely made up with words that I didn't like that were made up. And I'm like, why bother putting all of this world building in here that literally means nothing? Like, there's no one but you who's going to understand this. Why do that?
I've been building a glossary as I go, but then I forget what I'm forget what I'm like trying to say, and so I have to go back and look at the glossary, and then sometimes I'll be like, I swear I put a word in there for this thing, and then I didn't, and now I have to sit here and think of another word, which is hard.
Hmm.
Creating even just words in a language is hard.
And words are already hard. So, hmm. Oh, goodness.
Oh, this is supposed to be from a different point of view, and that is not how I wrote it, and now I gotta fix it.
Would that point of view be better that you started in?
Yes, but for the flow of the story, it makes sense to have the other point of view in there.
Is that just because you're alternating back and forth and you think that way, or is it actually best for the story in general?
There's a key factor in it that I think works better for the story.
And it's not something that can be verbalized otherwise.
It can be, but it loses a lot of oomph.
Okay, well then you're screwed. You got to do it over.
Although to be fair, like the introspection that I have in these two paragraphs, I could probably just move to the next section
That's good. So it's
as
not
kind of like a
wasted.
reflection on what happened, like an internal reflection on the conversation that's happening in here.
There you go. That sounds like a plan. This is like Betty Ann started writing her third book in her series, which is her last book in the series. And she's got a lot of flashbacks now. And she was like, I'm just gonna write. She usually writes in past tense, but she was just writing it all in present tense. And she's like, God damn it, now I gotta go back and write, like, fix all the past tense. And she at first was like, this shouldn't be so bad. Then she gets into it and she goes, this sucks. Well, I hit my 500 words.
That
It's okay. I still need to make up for that other day, so
was fast.
yeah, sometimes. Dance for the camera.
We will discuss books, but only in terms of interpretive dance for the evening.
I don't know what book that was, but yeah, Flair.
Black Swan? Was that a book? I know it was a movie.
What was it?
Black Swan.
I don't know.
No,
Was
I get
that- There is a Black Swan book, but I don't know if it's the same one. No, that's about a former options trader.
Well, I was a little off base there then, wasn't I?
hmm
I want to yell at my book like that lady was yelling at the manager today.
Oh my goodness.
It was disgusting.
Oh my goodness. We had a hell of a day today at the Chinese restaurant where a woman stopped and started yelling at everybody.
She took off her shoes and was barefoot.
Especially the one server.
Yeah, our server, who we love,
Yes.
who's like one of the sweetest servers ever.
And then she was yelling at us to agree with her. Like, I saw nothing.
We did not agree with her whatsoever.
Like,
I don't know
lady,
if-
I am blind in both ears. I don't
I'm
know
blind
what's
in both
going on.
ears. I was waiting for the cops to come. I kind of wish he had called the cops, and if he did, much sooner than he did. Because the moment I said, if I was owner, said, "Get out of my restaurant," and she said, "No, I'll leave when I want." You need to come remove this person who will not leave the premises. I own this place.
And has not paid for her food.
Yeah. There's a lot more details to that. I won't get into it because it's
We had lunch and a show,
yeah, lunch and a show.
which is all fun, but most of the time I do not like to have, audience participation for those.
No, I don't want to be part of your confrontation. Thank you very much. I need to show you something, so you're gonna be in camera for a second. Jason just sent me this. I like the caption, if you were a mushroom, would you be a poisonous or a delicious one? And of course, the first comment says, if I were a mushroom, I'd probably be trippy. Yes, I would probably be trippy too.
I went last weekend to the Maryland Renaissance Festival with my husband and the kids and my cousin and her fiance and some of her friends. And there were an astonishing number of people there wearing mushroom style hats. And most of them were like, maybe just a little bit bigger than like a motorcycle helmet. But this one girl was wearing like
Full
a
on
dome
mushroom.
of mushroom on her head. There were a couple wearing stingrays. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure what any of that has to do with, the Renaissance, but or medieval times, like, or anything in between.
A lot of people, it's just a chance to dress up in whatever funky stuff they want to dress up in.
It's basically turned into a convention.
I liked how in the Big Bang Theory episode where Sheldon kept mentioning this is inaccurate, this is inaccurate, this is inaccurate. He got to dress up as Spock and like checking everybody else like an alien species. Okay, our first writing sprint is over. I hit my words, but we're gonna do a couple more. Could I talk you into bringing this to Mom?
Yeah.
Here's our book choices. Mom's gonna go pick one. She's our neutral party. Not that I think either one of us will be bothered by any of the books on this list.
And even if we don't enjoy them, we will enjoy talking about them.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Mom.
Sure.
Can you read my handwriting?
We have Poison Princess by Cressily Cole.
Poison Princess.
I like that.
Woo.
I know.
I do
It'll be fun
too.
to reread that book. I like that series.
Did you say it was a YA?
YA/new adult kind of crosses that border. Post-apocalypse, very interesting.
Okay, I like post-apocalyptic stuff. I'm gonna stick this.
And it'll be fun to read it from like a critical point of view because I read it like 3 times, but always just for like pure enjoyment.
How long ago since you've read it last?
Hold on, and I can tell you because I bought the last book the day it came out, and right before that I did a reread because there had been a gap. So I'll be interested to see what you think about the cast of characters.
Yeah.
So the last one came out. When did it get published? In 2023. So it's been a couple of years.
Okay.
Time for a reread. Reread.
It's a 7-book series in total.
New series to start. Did you know one of my goals for this year was to finish at least 2 series, and I think I've finished like 6 or 7 now, which is exciting. Some of which I started this year as well.
Nice.
I just read one of Lucy Score's complete series. I thought it was a lot longer than it was, and so I was excited to binge read the rest of it. And I was in the middle of book 3 when I went to go look for book 4. No, book 3 was it. I was so upset.
I get really upset when I find a series and I really like the first couple of books and then just radio silence from the author.
There is a series that really bothered me, and it was actually a Jennifer Ellen Armentrout series, and it was a sci-fi YA. It was supposed to be 4 books. I read the first 3, and then COVID happened, and her book 4 had a COVID-like plot to it, and then she lost people, and so she's like, I don't think I'm ever going to come back and finish it. I'm like, but the way you left it, can you at least write us like a summary of what was supposed to happen? Please put us out of our misery.
Give us a blog post.
Yeah, that's all I need. That's one of the books in this thing is Blood and Ash because Becky hasn't read it and I've read it. And I read book 2 and I wasn't as much of a fan of book 2 as I was of book 1. And I kind of want.
It's entirely possible that I bought it and just didn't read it because I do that. I would put out a ton of ebooks that I've bought and never read.
And here's the thing about that is I read book 2 with my eyeballs because that's the only way I had access to it. And I'm wondering if listening to it will make it better. Because there's sometimes when I read it with my eyeballs, I get really, really frustrated really, really fast.
I love I love physical books and I love the having of physical books. But I've noticed because I read on my phone, either with the Kindle app or the Kobo app or whatever the case may be, and I always do the reverse coloring. So I do black background, white letters. And now I struggle with it. Like computer doesn't bother me for some reason, but I struggle with a book.
Being white on
Yeah.
black, but that's not the one I wanted.
Strange.
I was just gonna be like, yeah, this is my Kindle app.
Yeah.
See, which I am currently reading a book for in a 7-book series. Megan March. Have you ever read Megan March? She tends to be like a thriller romance or romance suspense.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would start with this series, but her. Oh my God, what the hell is it called? Hold on, I gotta actually find it.
You know what? It should have occurred to me to put in that bucket. For Whom the Bell Tolls by J.C. Lynn.
No idea.
So that book came out last December. Right around. I'd have to look at the exact date, but it was really close to Hannah's birthday. And I was a mess. And I read the book, and I follow her on TikTok, so I've seen her skits about, the Hell's Bells and their journey as characters and so on and so forth. And so when she came out with the book, I was really excited. And it's a really cool expression of the afterlife and how it applies to individuals with different belief systems.
It does sound cool.
And it was really comforting to me. Like, I think I actually told her that, like, that really helped me get through a very tough time. Because I got to see an image of, what life might be like on the other side of the veil for my daughter. And yes, in case any of you watching just believe there's nothingness, I can't believe there's nothingness because that would probably destroy me. So I'm going to go with the alternative. And it was a really good book. She's got a great sense of humor. She's got characters that are very interesting and they all have very distinct personalities. And it was really a pleasurable read, but also one that held a lot of emotional impact for me personally. I think you'd like it.
Okay.
Maybe to clarify for people who don't know you.
I mean, we've mentioned it a couple times on our lives.
Times.
Yeah. Ruthless King would be one of the ones I would start with Megan March.
Okay.
And it's that dynamic of the overbearing alpha male who, like, pretty much owns this girl because of reasons, like valid reasons. But he doesn't actually want to hurt her. He just wants to convince her that she should be in love with him.
Because that's always the way to go about it.
Yes. I will say there's one thing about Megan Marsh's books, which is always funny to me, because there's always like this obsession with the man wanting anal. I'm like, why? Like, you must like it. You must have been convinced to like it because every single male is obsessed with convincing the female that they want butt sex. I mean, no. I mean, some women, there's more, it's better back there because of the way your whatever works, but it's just weird to me. It's like a fetish.
That there are kind of like the number of authors who write that in a manner that I would consider to be realistic and responsible. There are certain things that you don't do in certain orders if you're going to be.
Oh yeah, I've written it the bad way before in my reverse harem.
And there was one that I read recently. I'll have to see if I can find it in my list of books that I don't go back into very often, but it was a historical romance,
which is even worse because there's no fucking running water. Sorry.
But she wrote it really well. Historical romance wound up being between kind of a sociopathic, bit of a sadist male. And he came to view her as an extension of himself. So he was very careful to, even though he was a sadist, he was very careful to take care of her and like the steps that they went through, the preparation, the aftercare. And it was just really, really well done, I think.
Okay.
But for a lot of writers, it's just, very little preparation, stick it in, everybody has a great time. And I'm like, does it really work that way?
You have to do that quite a bit for it to be anywhere near that kind of. Yeah, because I write three men on one woman, there's a lot of butt stuff.
Stuff's gotta go somewhere.
Yeah. If you want to fit all three of them in there. Although I've seen some things where it's like you could apparently you can fit all three of them in there in just the one hole, and I'm like that. Ow, right?
But where would the rest of the bodies go?
I don't
I
know.
understand you get one in the front, one in the back. Where's the third body going? The mechanics of that don't compute to me.
It's like one's under her, one's on top of her, and one's like finding its way from the back, like you're gonna be bumping against dude's butt. Oh, we went off the rails here.
Yeah, we did.
Sorry about that. Let's do our
See,
second.
if we're gonna be going off the rails like that, we really need to have like a margarita in hand because then we can blame it on something other than just us.
We can just blame it on the fact that I've been up too late 2 nights in a row. And it's
And we're
late
probably
now.
about to do it again.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna decrease the time and we're gonna do 15 minutes this time, and then we'll do 10 minutes our last one.
Okay.
Okay. And start. We're gonna go back to our writing sprints. There we go. Go ahead.
You know what we should do in one of our writing sprints this month?
Hmm.
We should challenge ourselves to write to like a Halloween playlist. I have a whole Halloween playlist. I could share it with you.
Okay. Sounds as good. I should probably put some kind of, but I don't usually.
I usually just do like those like study music jazz videos, like
Ambiance.
yeah. And I like the ones that have like the fall coffee shop lake house vibe to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I write to those but often, but not to ads.
Yeah. Ads. Boo. Boo YouTube ads.
That is not one that I wanted. I need to know mid-roll ads. I get so annoyed with the mid-roll ads.
I don't get ads on YouTube.
But like,
Yeah.
ambiance.
Yes, I've seen a lot of those.
I used to play those for my students when it was time for them to work independently.
Nice.
I don't think they enjoyed it all that much, although I did have the kids dancing to Frank Sinatra in the classroom once.
Cute.
Yeah. I gave them the lesson, hey, always dance in the kitchen with your spouse when you're cooking. That used to be how I knew it was fall time, because Zach and I would put on Frankie and dance, but now we just dance to Frankie all year. Let's see, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm writing about right now.
boom, boom, boom. Mm, 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 mm. I'm at about 500 over. I keep writing at about 500 words.
I have like this weird thing happening because right now it's saying 538 words in this document, but one of them's a placeholder word and the other one is 2 paragraphs that I'm moving to a different location, so I don't actually know what the count is on this right now. I mean, either way. Okay, 430 words in this section.
Mm, 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 mm. Shall we go pick next one? May I send you again to do that? I don't want to leave the screen blank. Not that I'm doing anything special right here in front of you, just dancing. 40-year-old woman dancing. We call it mom dancing. Mm, 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 mm. We'll call it a dance party break. I, by the way, am excited to eat my mom's apple pie, which just came out. Ooh, yay. Boop. Thank you. All right. See, guys. What was it? One Dark Window, the Rachel Gillick. It's actually another book I haven't read yet out of all the ones in there that I have read.
So we get one that's
New to us both.
Oh my God, this is gonna drive me nuts.
What?
Sorry, totally off topic. I have a region that is 2 words for the name of the region. The second word is capital U apostrophe lowercase I. Ooey.
Mm-hmm.
But it keeps capitalizing the stupid I. And I had to go back and like I've tried to put it in as an add the dictionary, and it just keeps capitalizing it.
Boo.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me. Did we want to discuss anything else, or we want to jump into our last 10 minutes? I'm in a steamy scene where the old friends and the neighbor, they've been best friends like their whole lives, even though he's 7 years older than her, and they just kissed. They're in the middle of the kiss now, and he's about to pull away and hurt her feelings.
My 2 lead characters are currently getting their feelings hurt by the Emperor.
Is this one of the torture things?
No, it's just kind of a touch point conversation because they have abilities to like a scrying mirror almost, so they can talk over distances. And they have not made the progress that the Emperor wants them to make by this point in the story. So he is expressing his displeasure with them both. And given the way that the complicated relationships that they have with him stepping into out of best friend / cousin role and into stern emperor role always kind of makes both of them like sick to their stomachs and not happy with things. So
Right. Sorry.
and they don't do these calls very often because it uses a good amount of magic to do it. So who knows how long it will be before they get to speak with him again.
Yeah. Ah. Spoiler, which I mean is fine.
I mean, you're gonna get the whole spoiler anyway, but
Yes. I've gotten all the spoilers. I'm trying to figure out how the heck notification center. Yeah, notification center. That made absolutely no sense. I need to change my notifications for settings. There we go. That was the word I was looking for. Because I keep getting ding, 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 and it's Discord. So like my husband's the only one who messages me on Discord, but I'm part of a couple groups. And so I'll hear it and I'll look down. I'm like, there's no number on it for a direct message, so it's got to be one of the groups. And one of the groups, like, there's a lot of people in it. So
I have never used Discord.
I never did either until I joined that 6-month challenge. And then I had it on here, which was fun. But then Jason was like, it's a lot easier to send each other stuff from my computer because he doesn't have Apple and I do. So like all of my messages like go like I get text messages on my computer. He does not. So in order for him to send me stuff from his computer, we needed Discord. And my only two friends on here are both the boys. So not that the boy has sent me anything. It's so funny because like whenever I talk about him publicly, he's called the boy. I tell you I did that in my old job at the dispensary job. Anytime I talked to anybody about him, I called him the boy. And then one day I said his name and they're like, who the hell is that? And I'm like, the
What?
boy. They're like, well, you always just call him the boy.
Yes, but he has. This isn't the bird's nest. There is a name.
He does, but I know, you know, I never referred to him that way. And you know why I call him the boy? Is because the boy and the girl.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about Zach's nicknames for our household?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so he and I call each other babe, right? Like
Mhm.
many couples do.
Mhm.
And then the eldest, Hannah, was always brunette because she was a natural brunette.
Mhm.
Emma's a natural blonde, so she was blondie. Connor's the only boy, so he's boy. And Taylor's the youngest, so she's baby. And like I had to like I kind of sometimes wonder if he did that on purpose because he calls me babe, or if because everybody knows me as Becky. But we all have B nicknames. All of us.
It's funny. Jason doesn't have a nickname for me.
And yet they all boil down to you with the face.
You, when we call each other something other than our names, it's you. Hey, you. So we both respond to it.
Yeah.
And sometimes all three of us will be there and it's like, hey, you. Who, me or him? Which you are you talking to?
The collective you.
The collective you.
And the royal we.
Okay, I was just looking. I'm like, wait, there is something in the oven because she put a new pie in the oven. My mom made an apple pie and I can't wait to eat it. Is it too late for pie? It's 10.
It is never too late for pie.
That's a good point. It's a very good point.
Never too late for pie.
Okay, we're gonna do one last, whatchamacallit, writing sprint. My brain's starting to go, it's late. We're gonna do 10 minutes and then we'll pick our last book and then we'll say bye. So, all right, we're gonna start 10 minutes starting. Let's get to writing. Woot, 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 woot. You doing the same thing I was doing?
Although I'm sticking my tongue out at these characters, like A, like they can see it, and B, like it's their fault that I can't remember if I used an expression recently or not. Not that it matters because I gotta edit, but you know how I am. I'm gonna fixate on that.
Yeah. I'm the kind of writer, like if I get stuck on something, I can't move on until I figure it out. Because I'm a very chronological writer.
Do you have a favorite like sentence or short paragraph that you've written today?
That I've written today.
I'm gonna get a totally sideline and we're gonna have to start the 10 minutes over.
So I can pause it. Pause. Right. Well, I've written a lot today, so let me go back and have a look.
I don't remember what I was reading today. I've written like 1,000 words today and I don't know where they all were because they were in different sections. This one.
I kind of like this one. I don't know if it's the best ever, but I kind of like it. It's a little paragraph. It's since she stoked this kind of heat inside of me that I didn't know existed, that I didn't know she could breathe into me by her mere proximity. It ramps up my protective instincts to the extreme. It makes my reactions to her more than untrustworthy. I do like that. Yeah, that's the neighbor's point of view. I like this one too. I'm sorry. I'm gonna read it to you too, because it kind of fits with the that theme. It's I knew he would do something to fuck this up. She's talking about the boss that's also interested in her. And she'd have to deal with the consequences, the fallout. It's all the men around her seem to do, place more problems on her plate, which is why he's reacting the way he is. She's got the scandal that made her run away to begin with, and then the scandal that made her run back home. Both having to do with the only two men she's ever been with, both of them older than her. And the new one was a guy at work who was in a different department that she didn't know was married because he didn't tell her. And then everybody was blaming her for being a homewrecker, and she's like, I didn't know. That's one of
It's
the
the woman's fault.
right. That was the first conversation they had when she came home, and he's like, "You want to come in for a slice?" And that's literally the only thing he says to her. So she sits down, and they don't talk about it because he's very silent in general. But he's always been that person who's there when she's upset.
Mm.
And she's stoned, and she just gets up on her knees, and she becomes very serious. She's like, "I didn't know," and he's like, "I know," and that was it. That was the whole conversation because they knew each other so well.
Sometimes those conversations are more poignant than like a full blown explanation and response.
And it's really, really funny because and I had that interaction in my outline, and the editor I had went, "This is such a cute dialogue between them," like because that's the only thing. I love it. Okay,
And it's great when you have characters that have that interplay that say so much about their relationship and you don't feel the need to back explain it. Like
yes,
Dorinda Jones is really good about that. Like her characters have a lot of inside jokes that never fully get explained.
which is fine because
Yeah.
they're inside jokes. We don't need to know.
Because like it leaves you going, the hell? But it's fun. I like conversations like that. Even the more serious ones, because it's very revealing.
Did you have something, a line or a paragraph that you liked?
I think so. So this is from one of my alternative points of view.
Okay.
Moonlight illuminated his strong profile with every turn, the crease in his brow casting a dark shadow of anguish across his handsome features.
I like that.
Thank you.
I like having writings who are good, and I don't have to be like, "Oh yeah, that's good." And be like, "No, it's really good."
I had one that I wrote weeks ago that I really liked. I don't know if you saw it. I posted it on Facebook, but it's one of my favorite ones from the whole book. And it's, let me see, right here. As a whole, shopping with my husband in new markets was a veritable study in personal risk. At the time of our arrival in the agricultural lands of Malikwoba, I still cannot pronounce it. I made this up and I can't pronounce it. However, a single prior market excursion was not nearly a large enough sample size to have instilled in me any sort of natural caution for such endeavors.
Nice.
A long way of saying this man's going to get me killed.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we're starting again.
I forgot where I was writing.
Oh no.
There it is. I found it. Okay, we're good. I just had one of those instances where I wanted to throw a very British U into a word that in American English does not have a U.
Which word?
Behaviors.
Hmm.
I don't know why. I just feel like that one should have the U.
Probably because of the way the ending sounds. Yours. Okay. I'm gonna cut our writing thing short by a minute and a half
Okay.
because Jason's going to bed.
Okay.
And I would like to call him before bed. So I got 714 total words over my goal for the day, which is nice. Did we want to make mom pick the last one, or you want to just reach over and blindly grab our last book? What's we got?
Staircase in the Woods.
Ooh, it's another one that I don't know.
Me too.
Was that one that you picked or that I pulled off the internet?
That was one that I picked, and it was on the original list that we went over a few days ago that I texted to you.
Okay.
I think that one's kind of a thriller, maybe.
Oh, that's Chuck Wendig. Okay, he's hit or miss for me, so we'll see what happens with that.
I'm gonna have to make note of these book titles. I have one already, obviously, but the other two I don't have yet. So,
How long is this book? That's my main question. Because I tried to read one of his books that was like 1,000 pages long, and about 200 pages in, I was like, this is bullshit. It's going too slow. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at shit like this. Oh, it's only 388 pages.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's fine.
What
Okay.
was the other one? I forget.
One Dark Window?
Right.
Yes. Okay. Any last words before we say goodbye?
Not that I can think of. We are here at your mom's house. I go home tomorrow, so the next time we'll actually be able to use two screens again because they won't be screeching at us for sitting right in front of each
That
other.
was terrible. We're gonna try for Tuesday?
Yes, let me. Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay. Tuesday, 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern, which I guess
We're
is
still
for
gonna be
me.
Eastern, so
I'm gonna be Eastern, but just like my general
You're probably
audience
ready
and
to
news.
hop on at 7:15.
That'd be funnier and shit. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Those of you who showed up and like, I don't know.
Sorry for the last minute, no notice.
Yeah, we do things.
Spontaneity happens.
It does. And the lack of a Tuesday because I had a migraine and you were hurting and we were both loopy and it just wasn't it was a good day for that. But
I
yeah.
did like a 12-mile walk that day, so I took a painkiller and completely forgot that it was Tuesday altogether. So when you texted me, I was like, "Oh, I forgot it."
It
Not
worked
that I was
out.
supposed to talk to you because I always know I'm supposed to talk to you, but like that that day was Tuesday. I don't know. It was miserable.
I get you. Okay. Thank y'all for being here. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go call my husband and tell him good night. So
Bye.